And now we're getting into the 10,000X panel. First 10,000X panel, I think, ever. We're going to bring back 10,000X. It's going to be good. Going to be good. All right. For the panel, it's going to be me, at least part of the time. Extra PulseX is back. Joyful Danish is here. And Kong was here. I don't know where he's at now, but he'll be back. Welcome, gents. We'll get it started.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Oh, good? Yeah. I can hear you. Can you see it? Can you see me? Can you see my hat?
A little bit.
Good.
Make HEX great again?
Yes. Make HEX 10,000X
awesome.
again.
No.
Yeah, I need that hat.
Yeah, we all need that.
Yes. Make HEX
explode out in the
again.
HEX. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The whole theme going on. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got the HEX shirt. I got the not trying to be 1,000 there. Also my favorite HEX shirt. Yeah.
What is it? I'm not trying to
be 1,000 there. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah. Million above only, right? One of my favorite ones. But guys, why does nobody believe in 10,000X anymore? I feel like I'm why are people embarrassed to even mention that HEX, could do another 10,000X? It's like everyone's just like, oh, I'd be happy with a 10X. I'd be happy with a 100X, whatever. I'm like, this is a community of 10,000X. That was a rally call for a long time. Why is nobody up for that anymore?
Well, I mean, it's probably just recency bias. Ethereum really didn't have the cycle a lot of people thought it would. And so therefore, I think a lot of altcoins suffered that. And, we're still in our infancy stage as a chain. And so I think when there isn't a lot of volume happening in crypto already, it doesn't really benefit us. So, people were just kind of getting sick and tired of waiting. I think that's the name of the game, though, when you're in cryptocurrency. I mean, I think we're very fortunate to be in the position that we're in today. Imagine Bitcoiners. You have nothing to base anything off of. You just had to hold it, right? Ethereum, you might had Bitcoin to go off of, look at what Bitcoin did. But then after that, it's very slim pickings after that. And so I just think that, a lot of people were just focused in on what Bitcoin was doing because Bitcoin was rolling and moving. And, I look at it as a fortunate part, but a lot of people would say, well, unfortunately, we didn't have the type of gains that we expected to have earlier on. And I just say that's even more bullish for when time comes, when it's time to, introduce green candles into this ecosystem.
Right. I think it's also because that psychologically, it's been a long time, this journey, I think if you haven't really got a taste of the bull market last time, but entered pretty much at the end of the party last time, and now just pretty much only experienced the long haul that it's been so far, with HEX just being down, it can be hard maybe to actually get the optimism of okay, there's still something here, because when you look at how much endurance this community had to go through, and still here, and Max is still doing all this content, I can be curious sometimes to ask what makes you drive, still continue pushing through,
I don't give up easy.
Yeah. Would you say one in particular thing, if you just had to highlight something that kind of makes you going still?
I think, I don't know. It's to me, I want to win and I want this place to win. I think the ideals I've talked about, I'm RHMax free as ideals, not necessarily the coins. The coins are a natural extension of it, but I feel like we should win. It's like a destiny thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's no, I don't care what happens. I don't care what we have to go through. I don't care what the market looks like. This product, Richard, I think it's good that he wins because of all the things you talked about, longevity and doing force for good in the world, all the stuff I've talked about. But for me, it's I just want to win. And I know that you have to go through all the mud to get to the other side. So to me, all the stuff, the FUD and all things have happened. We keep getting wins now. Before, it kind of was much harder to do, but now it's like easier. I feel like it's like, this is the momentum. This is the shift. This is the mega marketing coming out. This is all the stuff that I've been looking forward to. And even streaming during the entire bear, I get to stream during the euphoria, hopefully again soon too. So I don't know. It's like, why not? What better thing is there to do? I'm not going to sit here and complain and quit. That's just not me. So I want to see this place win. I want to win, and I don't know. It's just I don't even think about it. I don't. It's, you know, some days are hard. Oh, this happened, that happened, all that stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I want to all of it to add up to something, right? I want it to all add up to something amazing. And this is the place where amazing things happen. So if you want to do something amazing, that's what I want to do. I want to see this place have glory. That I'm doing what I can to do that. So yeah. Is that a satisfying answer?
Yeah, I'm just curious, you know, because were you at back then when there was all these crazy all-time highs every day, and it was just yeah,
it was. I was so I didn't start interacting with the community till 2022. So, but I've been following Richard since 2017. I was like kind of watching, looking at the streams, all that stuff during the time. So yeah, definitely. I mean, when I was day one HEX and CFD token before HEX and all that stuff too. But I didn't start actually interacting with the community till like, I think early 2022, even on X and stuff too. So I've seen it from the sidelines. I guess you would say the first half of HEX, I kind of watched from the sidelines. Oh, this is cool. Oh, Richard's doing really well. Oh, my HEX token's awesome. The staking's awesome. All this stuff. And then I started, okay, well, I want to make a contribution. Like what was the quote I used to talk about? Like, why did I start streaming? It was, maybe at one of the HEX conferences or something, Richard was like, you know, people always ask him, right? Like, what can we do? What can we do to make an impact? What can we do to, you know, help the ecosystem? And I think one of the things he said was just like, go build something, go do something, go, you know, whatever it is. And, you do the work. That's like one of my favorite quotes of all time. And I really take that to heart. And it's like, okay, if I do the work, I put in the work, and I'm able to help people and, you know, come at it from the angle that I want to and the way that I want to do it, which is, you know, unique versus a lot of things, no monetization, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of it, we all win. Let's go, man. That sounds like a very cool adventure. And it's like, we haven't won yet. So that's why we got to keep going. But speaking of the 10,000 next too, and Kong's back. Yeah.
I made it back. Joined a little late, but I made it. So
it's all right. You're just in time for the greatest chart on earth. At least the first half was pretty amazing. People don't know this site's still up, hexchart.com. And it is the EHEX chart, the historical version. And why does it not go up to, where's the 55 cents? Maybe it doesn't have that, but just to show people just an idea too of like a 10,000x. Very, very simplistic view. It was down here, and then it went up here. Went up a lot. Went up bigly. So this happened before. We had a HEX 10,000x. If I go to HEX daily stats, if I can sort by, let's see, can I sort by the price change, price USD? What was the price? Was it price change? Which one of these where I can see, let's see, columns. I just want to see multiplier from all-time low. Yeah, let's do that. Multiplier. And then if I click this, will it do descending? Shoot, I did this before. ROI multiplier from all-time low. We're not clicking this correctly. It should sort, shouldn't it? No? Anybody got a better 10,000x chart? Oh, Ethereum. Maybe this one. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I was on the PulseChain one. So yeah, this is, I mean, again, there's the wicks up to like 55 cents or whatever. But even here, you can see that this stuff really happened. Like there was even historical record wise on some of these sites, you can see 8,559x on that was 248 cents again. You know, the stories that wicked higher to 55 cents or so, which got the 10,000x. But that happened 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2001, right? The summer.
2021. Yeah, September 18th, 2021, according to this one. Day 656.
But I remember just the whole summer was like very euphoric. It was kind of crazy. Especially if you haven't experienced it before as well, that this was kind of your first bull run, then it was very special. So I can kind of see that if you haven't got that taste yet, and you first came in when it started to become winter, you know, bear market season, and now we're first starting to slowly see, okay, things starting to turn. Okay, then of course that's going to affect your mindset, you know, and is this even going to recover at all, or is it just a ghost chain, and you know, all this stuff, you know, because this is going to create an emotional toll on you, you know, and if you then don't have any memories to kind of can give a contra evidence that, yeah, this can be good, you know, it was good, and this is just a phase, you know.
Amazing. Yeah, I think to PulseX, the 10,000X from all-time low would be around 9 cents. And to HEX on Ethereum, of course, it's around 55 cents or so. And then HEX on PulseChain, I think it's a little bit higher from all-time low. It'd be around $35, somewhere through there. I like 36.90. I like extra mentioned that earlier. I like 36.90 as a fun 10,000X mark for HEX on PulseChain. But,
yeah, I really wouldn't put it past the community and or a benevolent person who wanted to see those numbers actually manifest.
So I think that's why not? I don't understand like what the negative sentiment is. It's like everyone, I know market cap doesn't matter. I know like people have their ideals and stuff on that too. But in general, like we did it again. We did it before. Why can't we do it again? When we have so much more exposure, so much bigger ecosystem, which you can say, oh, there's some downsides to that because splitting buying pressure and liquidity and all that stuff too. I would think that a lot of the people in the community, a lot of people who want the price to go up, a lot of the people doing the liquidity, you could say even the OA, all that stuff, there's probably ways I imagine they thought of to make that a little bit easier to do. And also when we start onboarding people, the FOMO is real. This is like my third cycle. I've experienced FOMO twice so far. As far as bull runs go, and I hope to experience it very soon again. There isn't a lot of rationality to these things. The prices can go way higher than you think. And it's just those types of amazing things. Like we got to channel that energy again. Like, yeah.
We sell ourselves like really short, no pun intended, when it comes to like what kind of a product market fit do we have as a whole. You have HEX, you have PulseX, you have PulseChain, you have INC to a degree if you know, the reward. If you're speculating hard on the reward token, which I personally am, but not everyone does. I think before it was a lot easier to rally behind one coin and sort of just have this whole community kind of just like rally around that. And then now it's split up between now it's just not, you know, EHEX. Now it's a whole nother HEX. And now it's, you know, the whole network of PulseChain and PulseX. So I think it's just a little bit more scattered out now, but ultimately I think, you know, with what this chain can do mathematically, I do think there's a lot of smart people sidelined, and I think they're kind of just waiting to see what the next move is with the marketing, to be honest with you. I really think that we do have eyes on us. Maybe it's not highlighted. Maybe, you know, like we're obviously not really mainstream or anything like that, but make no mistake, you know, the immutable code is the immutable code. Like, you know, people are smart enough to read it, what it does, you know, the level of injecting liquidity, how much does the price move up, stuff like that. Like all of those things, I think we're not thinking too in-depthly on, and we're just looking at like the immediate chart, like right now. And I think if we, you know, when in doubt, zoom out, I'm very bullish on the whole entire ecosystem. But especially, you know, HEX being that catalyst that, you know, who knows, maybe it makes EHEX's run up look like chump change, you know, like who knows, like maybe this HEX on PulseChain does a 14,000X like Ethereum did its first cycle. Who knows?
I think another thing is too, Richard, and, you know, it might not be the most, you know, objective or data point or looking at the Uniswap AMMs or anything like that, which we've done a lot in the past, but I think a key point of like why Hex and PulseChain and all these things could go up is, I think, even partially to do with Richard and kind of what he's striving for in terms of what he said with Glory. I don't think he seems like he's the type of guy to be kind of happy or just well suited with kind of a down forever chart and everything like that. And I think he will do what it takes, whether or not it's him or whatever whatever it is. Like, I think he will do whatever it takes to make sure his products are successful, and they, especially I think he wants them to have an excellent chart. So I think that was one of the main driving points, even with HEX when it was just on Ethereum. So,
and we just got a retweet from Richard. Appreciate that, Richard. That's why the viewers just doubled or more. So pretty cool. Welcome if you just joined. We're just talking about the 10,000x and how we're still going to be rich or much richer, happy or much happier. Not that there's a correlation between the two, but boy, it is easier. Was the phrase? It's better to drive better to drive a Mercedes, rich or not poor. Somebody's happier. One of them are happier in the car. I forget how it goes. But Daniel, Joyful Danish, what are we going to do? Where are all the people in the chat if they get extremely rich from Hex? What are they going to do? How are they going to handle it?
Yeah, it's a good question, an important question, right? Because I mean, I actually mapped out with different people and clients and so on. I've got the past few years. Like, there is definitely things to be aware of. That is, like, there's one thing is the bear market, and the other thing is the bull market, and there are stress signs showing differently in both cases. And if we look at just one of the things when it comes to a bull market, is definitely actually this sudden wealth syndrome that some of you maybe already have heard before. So besides many of the other things that maybe you're already starting to have experienced a little bit, like the greedy or overly optimistic or envy or sadness or fear or FOMO or loneliness, it can be so many things. But let's just take the sudden wealth syndrome. It's kind of the more interesting and more exciting one, of course, because that means it finally happens. Okay, the 10,000x, whatever, the big thing, the big number suddenly hit. But what is actually shown when you look into some of the studies, maybe some of you guys already heard it before. Have you heard when people win in the lottery, what does usually happens within 5 to 7 years? They tend to lose all the money because they increase the life quality, the lifestyle, but they don't really manage the money. They didn't prepare for it mentally. So we'll come back to that a little bit later. And suddenly, at some point, the money is going to be gone. But they haven't decreased their lifestyle then. So now they're actually going to borrow money. So they end up often, unfortunately, a lot of these cases where they actually suddenly get a lot of money out of the blue, they end up in debt. They end up losing the money and they end up in debt. So one of the things, because of course that was a little bit more the downside of like, okay, so it happens, but we're just going to lose it all again. Well, we can prepare for that, we can do something. And of course, this is just going to be a little bit in an overview of one of the things that could be idea to think about and consider is, of course, to actually adjust to this, mentally prepare, like, okay, maybe you already done this, some moon math about, okay, so I have so many HEX or I have so many ink or pulse or whatever. If it actually going to reach potentially this price, okay, then I have so much. What would I actually going to do then? When it comes, for example, back to some of the lottery examples, there are certain lottery advisors, and some of them, I remember I saw some documentaries about it. They will often actually recommend people to not change their habits too much and not buy too many crazy new things. Maybe one or few big things, but still keep a lot of the stuff that you already have. So in order to make this transition a little bit more digestible, also for your mind, because otherwise this dopamine, like, oh, you can go you can go shopping all over, and you can travel, and you can screw all your old social circle. You can just
Complimental green Lambo. Let's go.
yeah, exactly. And go to Hawaii, and there was this. What I remember, one of the cases I saw was this. He was a trash man. But if you don't know how to manage money, you will end up losing it regardless how much you have. Best investment is education. Exactly, David Morales. So that's why I'm saying that the awareness and the preparation about these topics is very essential, and this takes time. So some of the things that you actually could do is actually starting to mentally visualize, okay, but also looking at the numbers. If this is going to be reached at some point, how are you going to manage it? Of course, you can have people to help you. You can start to create an advisory team. Again, you can play with the AI, for example, give it a role as an attorney, an accountant, a financial planner, just to get some ideas, of course. Take it loosely. Don't take it 100% seriously, what AI says, but it will give you some kind of idea what you maybe should consider when you come to that point. What could be a less stressful strategy to set up beforehand, and have to start in your mind, just as David Morales just suggested. So that will definitely be one thing to consider. Yeah, a big thing.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. I mean, hopefully these are, again, all good problems to have, but definitely don't want to get a 10,000x and just be like, I don't know what to do now. Let me just party for a couple months and lose it.
Well, that's why you have your HEX stakes, right? You have something that you can have the immediate gratification and then have delayed gratification at the same time. You can have stakes, you can have it liquid, however you want. I mean, it's you managing your finances, which is the primary thing of what is going to ultimately attract new users. Is that you get to take back your financial sovereignty in a way, and at the same time enjoying basically a Nobel Prize like award winning product like a time deposit like HEX. Like imagine in 4 years how much it's going to take for 10 T shares. That's what I always think about, and that's what makes me hungry to keep accumulating.
Right.
Sure is good.
So that's another good point. Thinking much more long term. A lot of these cases, if you look into it again, and many of these lottery winners, because again, it's very relatable for many people, they have heard stories about this. They're usually not very long term thinking. Suddenly they hit their dream, but they didn't prepare for it, and now they're spending it all as fast as they can. But again, as you say, with the ladder, the HEX staking ladder. Again, if you mentally play these games of like, okay, what would I actually like to do with this money? Also a little bit more long term. Do I have certain visions? Do I have certain dreams that it will take years to actually create, but I would like the process as well? Instead of like what you said, Max, like, okay, I have the Lambo, but then that's it. And I go to some parties, but that can get tired at some point as well. Everything can be normalized at some point. Well, this is my day now. There needs to be some kind of purpose into your life still. So that's the other thing that's kind of key.
Kong, in 60 seconds or less, what's the road to 10,000x? What do we need to do here?
It's a good question. I mean, I would refer to pampy.app. Can I share my screen real fast?
Go for it, yeah.
All right.
Pamp it up. Pampy.
Yeah, I think this is one of the community-made moon math calculators we have here on PulseChain. I did a few simulations here. I think this one's I'm saying just with, but the SAC reserve's currently $750 million. And if we injected 186, you get a 6,000x. We'll see what it takes to get a 10,000x out of this. But I think with some of the liquidity reduction we've had recently, it might not take as much, and typed in the wrong number there. But we'll run it up here. So yeah, about maybe $230 to $250 million. I mean, 269 gets you a 12,000x. So that's even over the target there. So
Can I get a konnichiwa for a 12,000x?
Konnichiwa!
Never
Nice.
gets old. Never gets old. Shout out to Triple Dad. Send me another video too. I gotta check it out. Gents, excellent job. 10,000x. Don't give up. I mean, give up if you want. I'm not giving up on 10,000x. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, sell it. I'll buy it.